Good evening and welcome to the Spring 2024 Phi Theta Kappa Induction Ceremony. My name is Hannah Dover and I'm a student and Phi Theta Kappa officer here at MCC. On behalf of Phi Theta Kappa advisors and officer team, we are honored and excited to have the opportunity to formally introduce these students and members of such an elite society. I also want to take this time to thank you, friends, family, and faculty in advance for allowing these Phi Theta Kappa students to be active in PTK. We would also like to extend special thanks to the universities that are here tonight for our college transfer fair. The purpose of Phi Theta Kappa is to recognize and encourage the academic achievement of two-year college students and provide opportunities for individual growth and development. If nothing else, PTK allows students to receive automatic scholarships around $8,000 to $10,000 a year to many senior universities across the state and around the country. Our chapter at Meridian Community College is the new Upsilon chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. This chapter was chartered January 12, 1965. We've been a 5-star chapter for 16 consecutive years. Our chapter has been recognized as a top 100 chapter in the nation. We've received awards for being in the top 10 in Honors in Action, College Projects, and Most Distinguished Chapter in our region. And this past weekend at our regional gala, our chapter was selected to serve as Regional Vice President for next year. We also won an award for Most Distinguished College Project, second in our region, for our project on financial literacy, and we were recognized for an Honors in Action Theme Award. In addition, our president, Dr. Tom Huebner, received the Shirley B. Gordon Award in International PTK recognition. We take pride in our chapter and we work very hard to make sure every year is better than the last. However, it's not all about the awards. We take even more pride in impacting our campus and our community. Currently, we participate in Adopt a Highway, the breast cancer awareness. Specifically, we initiate and implement Meridian's first annual street strut and our breast cancer awareness run in October of 2009. We were thrilled to host this year's event on our campus again. And we have established a courtyard of scholars on campus, and renovations of the space were finalized last spring. These are just a few of our service projects. As you can see, we are continuously searching and planning new and exciting ways to make an impact on our campus and our community. We're glad to have this group of students join us. Again, welcome and thank you for joining us on this special occasion.
All right, would y'all join me in a word of prayer before we get started tonight? God, I want to thank you for allowing us to be here and just with all these students and just the brilliant minds you've given them, God, and just the achievement that they've gotten to even be here in the first place, Lord. And just I want to thank you for this officer team and for these advisors and just everyone up here tonight and just making this happen. And I pray that all these students will use their gifts to give all glory to you, Lord, because we know without you, none of this even happens, God. And I think you're letting us be safe tonight and just with the weather and everything, Lord. And I pray that the rest of the night goes smoothly and just let us not leave here with hearts of pride or anything more than just simply recognizing the gifts that they have and being appreciative, Lord. And in your name I pray. Amen.
Dr. Tom Huebner has been described in many ways throughout his career as an energetic instructor, an inspiring professor, a trusted mentor, and a visionary leader. A native of Kansas City, Missouri, Huebner earned a bachelor's degree in communication and English from Southwest Baptist University in Bolivar, Missouri, a master's degree in speech communication from the University of Georgia, and a doctorate in communication from the University of Southern Mississippi. He also graduated from the University of Alabama's Community College Leadership Academy. An educator for more than 30 years, Huebner began his professional career in 1990 at Southwest Baptist University as an instructor and assistant director of speech and debate. His first experience in Mississippi began in 1994, where he became an instructor of communication and director of speech and debate at William Carey University in Hattiesburg. At Carey, Huebner progressed from instructor to assistant professor to director of admissions and recruiting. Huebner's ascent into higher education administration really began at Carson Newman University in Jefferson City, Tennessee, in the early 2000s as he moved consecutively from assistant professor and director of speech and debate to become dean of admissions, vice president of enrollment and management, and vice president of student affairs. Moving to Shelton State Community College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama in 2010, Huebner was responsible for all student services of the college and began the pursuit of a presidency. Just 5 years later, he was named president of East Mississippi Community College. During his tenure at EMCC, the community college received various awards and recognitions. Dr. Thomas Huebner became the third president of Meridian Community College on July 1st, 2018. Since arriving at Meridian Community College, Huebner has hit the ground running. In addition to leading efforts to tell the MCC story and elevate the presence of the institution, he has worked to secure multiple grants, including substantial awards for advanced manufacturing, has developed relationships with industry and educational partners, moved the college to develop a new number of industry-relevant programs, renovated campus facilities, implemented a new strategic planning process, and received the Phi Theta Kappa President's Paragon Award. As previously mentioned, he also received the PTK Shirley B. Gordon Award. He will travel with our officer team to Orlando in April to be recognized for this prestigious award. He was named top 10 over 50 for Meridian in Lauderdale County by the Meridian Star and recognized as one of Mississippi's top CEOs in 2021. Meridian Community College has been named one of the best colleges in the country to work for, according to a national research and consulting firm specializing in workplace quality. To know him is to love him. Please welcome our very own president for tonight's comments, Dr. Huebner.
That was exciting. Thank you. Well, congratulations. You have no earthly idea what a big deal this is, but trust me, it really is. You're joining an elite group of students who are not only from the United States, but they're from all over the world. Phi Theta Kappa is a big deal. It's not some fly-by-night organization. It's known, it's influential, it shapes conversations, and Phi Theta Kappa tells the community college story better than any organization I know. You're not a member by accident. You got here because of your hard work, your intelligence, your persistence, your desire to step out, step above, and do more. Do right, challenge yourself, study 5 minutes longer, pick up the book, prove something to yourself and maybe to others around you. I'm serious. It's a big deal. But what next? Better question is, what do you want next? Let me be clear. Your membership in PTK is going to afford you opportunities for scholarships at the next level if that's what you want. And your lifetime membership will connect you with people if that's what you want. But I think the real what next was earned on the journey, and that journey isn't finished. Please consider these two important elements of what's next. First, gratefulness. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to participate in a ceremony recognizing 14 veterans of the Korean War with the Ambassador for Peace Medal. I was privileged to share the stage with the Consul General of Korea, Hyung-gil Kim. It was, believe it or not, his very first trip to Mississippi. Mr. Kim truly seemed to enjoy his time in our state, and he greeted each of the veterans and their families with warmth and sincerity. But his words during the ceremony were particularly meaningful. If I had thought to do so, I would have counted the number of times he used words like gratitude and grateful and thankful. His speech was filled with those words. I've had the opportunity to personally travel to Korea, and I can tell you, it's a beautiful country, and the people there just seem to exude thankfulness at every turn. I think sometimes we forget to be thankful, and we forget to be grateful. The blessings we enjoy are often taken for granted. Robert Brault tells us to enjoy the little things, for one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. What are those little things for which you should be grateful? I think I know some. Did your PTK membership include any of the following? Friends and family who stayed up late at night to help you study. Thank them. Instructors who were willing to take extra time to help you understand the details of your assignments. Thank them. Someone who may have delayed a dream so you could pursue yours. I know you'll want that person to know that you recognize their sacrifice on your behalf and you're grateful. So first, be grateful. Second, be the person willing to stand in the gap for others. If you're like I am, you've probably heard the phrase stand in the gap, and you may not know what it means. I like the visual it creates, the idea that someone is willing to allow his or her presence to create opportunities for others. I'm moved by the thought that each of us can be a bridge from failure to success, from have not to have, from stuck in the old to a new vision for what you can or maybe can't be. The phrase stand in the gaps comes from Ezekiel 22 in the Old Testament scripture. I'm no theologian, but the writer describes a corrupt world that isn't all that different from the one in which we live today. God was angry, and as described in verse 30, said, I looked for someone among them who would build up the wall and stand before me in the gap on behalf of the land, so I would not have to destroy it. One person willing to do what was right could be the bridge that saved others. A bold soul could stand in the gap and save everyone from destruction. What kind of destruction can you stand in the gap for? Ignorance? Lack of opportunity? Discouragement? Injustice? Division? You can be the true difference maker in a world that desperately needs people committed to standing in the gap. Every day there are opportunities for you to break the mold, to be someone truly different and exceptionally special. Be that person. Your membership in PTK tells all of us that you are different. Don't be selfish different. Instead, be a giving different. Be someone who is different because you use your tools, your intelligence, your desires, your journey, and your opportunities as vessels of change. Be thankful and stand in the gap. I get to speak to a lot of students in a lot of ceremonies, and one of my favorite is the high school equivalency graduation. We used to call it the GED back in the day. And if you haven't been to a GED graduation for non-traditional students seeking a high school diploma, you need to find one and attend. I'm telling you, you don't have to know a single soul in the room to be moved and motivated. I know some of you have been through that journey personally. Those ceremonies are a case study for standing in the gap as you hear compelling stories about perseverance, hard work, and a willingness to help someone make a new path. I can hardly get through a GED ceremony without getting misty-eyed. I mean, it moves me. It inspires me. Following a recent GED graduation ceremony, I was visiting with families of those who had just walked the stage when I met a particular young man who had just graduated. His name was John. I asked him what he planned to do next. Study automotive, he shared. Automotive, huh? Interesting. You want to be a mechanic? Yeah, he said. But what I really want to do is open my own shop. Open your own shop? Yeah. Like my sister. Really? Yeah. And then he found his sister in the crowd, and he called her over, and he introduced her to me, and his sister stepped out on faith, and she opened a gourmet popcorn store in the community in which they lived. As I listened to the sister recount her decision to open the store, I realized her life was a shining example of standing in the gap for John. Her decisions were a blueprint, provided encouragement, and created a bridge of hope he could follow in pursuit of his own dreams. Not dramatic, but significant. Think just for a second about what it means for you to stand in the gap for others. Can you? More importantly, will you? It requires caring for others, pushing them to be better, providing encouragement, holding yourself accountable, being strong when someone can't. That, it seems, is a pretty good formula for whatever comes next in your life. If you embrace a life of gratitude, and you embrace a life of service, and you promise to stand in the gap for others, I know you will be successful in whatever you choose to do and be. I spent my day today working with a group of faculty and staff members here at MCC who are part of what we call the Eagles Leadership Convocation, ELC for short. They're awesome. They're led by my Vice President for Advancement, Dr. Leah Hill, when we have crafted a year-long learning experience that is designed to help our next generation, next-level leaders become equipped for the challenges. And the challenges are huge. Education's changing, the world's changing, and we have to think about how we're going to address those changes. It's awesome. The ideas they generate and the ideas they will develop will shift and change who we are and what we do in very meaningful ways. But I was thinking, isn't that what you all are? Yeah, I mean, you're bright, you're hardworking. We know that. But if you're also thankful and you're willing to stand in the gap for others, you can be more than you could have imagined. You will be shapers of the future and leaders of people. I want you to embrace that opportunity and be an eagle who stands. More than that, be a proud eagle who rises. So congratulations again. You're excellent. I know that. Know many of you. You really are excellent. Moms and dads, you in the crowd, they're excellent. They may not have been when you left them, but they are now. And they're moving forward fast, and they're going to move forward in incredible and beautiful and wonderful ways. You might not believe it, but it's true. It's pretty awesome. You're loved, or you might not have persevered. You have vision because you took bold steps. And with a heart of thankfulness and service, you will accomplish miracles. Welcome to Phi Theta Kappa. What is that? Do I open it now? I have to wait to open it, I guess.
Honored President and fellow Phi Theta Kappa members, I am pleased to present to you these candidates for membership into our honor society. These students have fulfilled all requirements for membership and have been selected because they have chosen scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship as their hallmarks. I recommend them for acceptance into the Nu Upsilon chapter of the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society of the two-year college. You are about to be inducted into a scholarly fellowship, which embraces two-year colleges not only for your own state, but of the nation and the world. This fellowship is Phi Theta Kappa, and your chapter is Nu Upsilon. After induction, you will find among the members an atmosphere of scholarship, to which you must give yourself in order that the organization may be meaningful to you.
As you can see on the table in front of you, we have a torch symbolic of knowledge, which is the servant of wisdom which dwells with prudence and leads in the way of righteousness in the midst of paths of judgment. The white rose you see before you symbolizes purity and beauty of life, with its white bud signifying intellectual associations. On the easel, you will see the emblem of Phi Theta Kappa. It consists of a golden slab keyed at the top and bottom. The golden field, like the escutcheon of our coat of arms, refers to the golden opportunities that abound on every hand for society folk to evidence the culture and perform good works. Since gold is the most noble of metals, it shall have a further significance to our society, for it shall represent that nobility attained by those who achieve intellectual leadership. Across the slab, you will observe a black band. It represents the three ideals which band us together and the cultural self-control which is the necessary foundation for true wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Shining through the black enamel background are the three Greek letters which are the initials of those three mystic Greek words, meaning wisdom, aspiration, and purity.
Behind the band is a wreath on the side composed of oak leaves and on the other laurel. The oak leaves stand for stability and strength of character, as symbolized by the sturdy oak. The graceful curling leaves of the laurel signify achievement and success, all attributes for membership in our society. Above the band is the representation of the head of Athena, the goddess of learning. In the base appear the mystic Greek letters meaning light, light of learning, light of knowledge, and learning. The common ideal for members of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. This badge stands as a symbol for the high idealism of our organization and membership in our select group.
The purpose of this organization is to foster a spirit of devotion to study and to scholarly ideas among its members, and whose principles are embedded into the Greek letters, which stand for wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Now that the standards and ideals of this organization have been revealed to you, you will complete the pledge which admits you into the complete fellowship. Please stand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly promise to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa and to make this object an aim foremost in my mind. And I do solemnly promise to my fellow members and promise to aid them in all worthy endeavors. Please come forward to receive your certificate. Grace Showes. Lance Rawson. Robert McCran. Marcos Aguar. Adrian Edwards. Leah Cameron. Maddie Blackwell. Anna McGowan. Simone Henry. Samuel Swainer. Jaden Brown. Lakosha Roan. Aaron Stewart. Arizia Robinson. Ethan Wright. Seth Garrett. Christian McClellan. Atoria Crow. Chloe Smith. Angelina Martin. Jamie Reynolds. Elisha Allison. Heaven Hollingsworth. Emma Watson. Alondra Areola Espino. Hannah Buchanan. Miles McAllister. Nicholas Lewis. Andrew Prejon. Twyla Evans. Libby Smith. Aaron Shortridge. Loic Hiss. Isabella Quintero. Randy R. Lily Hollingsworth. Bailey House. Savannah Smith. Madison Cunningham. Sarah Culpepper. Laurel Baker. Cameron Sammons. Elizabeth Robbins. Ethan McNeil. Corbin Gillentine. Christopher Chaplin. Matthew Cochran. Ralston Polizzi. William Jones. Drew Williams. Brennan Wright. William Crayley. It is my pleasure to welcome you into the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society as a member of the Nu Upsilon chapter. I salute you for your accomplishment, and I encourage you to become active in the chapter's functions. Now we would like to conclude the ceremony with the reading of the Phi Theta Kappa mission statement, which can be found in the back of your program. Inside your program. New and current members, please stand and join me in saying, the purpose of Phi Theta Kappa shall be to recognize and encourage scholarship among two-year college students. To achieve this purpose, Phi Theta Kappa shall provide opportunity for the development of leadership and service, for an intellectual climate for exchange of ideals, lively fellowship, for scholars, and for stimulation of interest in continuing academic excellence. Thank you. Please be seated. I would now like to welcome one of our advisors, Ms. Crystal Sterling, to make some closing remarks.
Now, we would like to conclude the ceremony with my apologies. On behalf of our PTK advisor and officer teams, I would like to reflect on a few thoughts that have already been mentioned tonight. We would like to take this time to thank our faculty and staff for their continued support of Phi Theta Kappa. Your invaluable support does not go unnoticed, and it is greatly appreciated. Congratulations to each of you, new members, for your academic success. Keep up the great work. We encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity to continue to grow. As leaders and scholars on campus and in the community, we are here to support you through this journey. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you ever have questions. We are so very proud of your achievements. Thank you again for coming tonight. Please join us for the reception, college transfer fair, and feel free to check out the courtyard of scholars around the corner. Have a good night and safe travels. This concludes our program.